And I'm here to tell you, I told you so. Just like the Sacramento Kings suck, and De'Aaron Fox himself actually still sucks. Um, I
There's a
never
lot of
believed in
rumors
the
about this.
Kings. The Kings, they had that fluke year where they were the number 2 in the West. They just
Uh-huh.
basically stayed healthy the whole time and fluked their way to a 2 seed just to lose in the first round, which is hilarious.
But they came back. They bounced back the next year and beat the same people that eliminated them.
No, didn't they lose in the play-in?
They beat the Golden State Warriors.
They beat him in the play-in?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they beat them and then they lost.
Then
After
they-
that, then they lost the next game.
I think it was the other way.
I remember the
I
first.
thought I'm pretty sure that they lost in the play-in.
I think.
You might check that.
Definitely have to check that. But keep going.
No, but I'm just saying they basically been underperforming
Uh-huh.
after their season of being the number 2 seed in the West, which is always tough. They made some trades, they made some moves. They got Sabonis and they got DeRozan. And I said right from the jump that DeRozan would be a terrible fit. They got rid of Harrison Barnes, who's a little bit older, but he is a great defender and can shoot the three. They could spread the court with having basically all their players but one shoot three on the court. But with DeMar DeRozan, there's no spacing. This is a guy that's historically been terrible from three, and he's a ball stopper. So Sacramento was known for ball movement, and then you have a guy that basically plays like a mid-range Carmelo Anthony type of game. And he's only getting older, and his three-point shot, even though it's improved, has never really been up to par. And he's just really an offensive killer as far as flow and motion. So I kind of expected this. They thought DeMar DeRozan would be the answer and get them back as a top 3-4 seed in the West. And it looks like they're not even in the play-in right now. I think they're like 11-12 in the West out of 15. So they're bottom of the barrel team right now, even though they have one of the most expensive teams as far as contracts. They got Malik Monk, they got Sabonis, they got DeMar, De'Aaron. Like, those are all big contracts. Kevin Huerter, who's been a decent player, has a decent contract.
So it looks like here they in 2022 2023 they played the Warriors. They got beat by the Warriors, and then 2023 to 2024 they beat the Warriors, and then they lost to the Pelicans.
Oh, okay.
Well, 105-98. De'Aaron Fox dropped 35. Sabonis had 14 rebounds, 7 assists. But yeah, like we got a video. Okay, so basically, and this is basically causing a lot of controversy with Mike Brown. I mean, we got coaches talking about it. We're going to play this video right here of all the coaches talking about the Mike Brown situation. Then we're going to come back and tell you how, I feel like it's not fair. My coach feels like he feels, but I still feel like Mike Brown, he deserves another chance.
As an NBA head coach, ultimately, you're going to get the blame. When they win, it's going to go to Sabonis and Fox. When you lose, it's going to go to Mike Brown. That's the way it works. And two, who he works for. So I'm not surprised that Mike Brown got fired.
So shocking when a guy is the unanimous coach of the year and a half ago. And when you think about where that franchise was before Mike got there, really shocking.
And what really pissed me off about it was the fact that they lost last night. They had practice this morning. He does his post-game media. And he's in his car going to the airport to fly to LA, and they call him on the phone.
This is the NBA. We all go through tough spells.
And at first, I was really shocked and surprised. Then I caught myself. So why am I shocked and surprised? Because I got fired by the same person. No class, no balls. That's what I'll say about that.
No class, no balls.
Exactly. Exactly like he just said. He was Mike Brown was just a unanimous coach of the year 2 years ago. The Kings
Just for that fluke season, though. This time has proven that he hasn't been able to be consistent. It's like almost, you know who it is?
What?
It's like C.J. Stroud in the NFL. He had a great rookie year. And he had a great, year of like really putting that team together. But once people got film on them, they figured him out, and then they really weren't a problem.
But the year that he won the Coach of the Year, they won 48 games. The next year after that, they won 46 games, and it was in the playoffs. He only lost 2 games less, so it's not bad. It's not like he was like a horrible bad.
But they expected them to do something.
But how do you expect some? But at the same time, I was doing my research, and they were saying like the Kings haven't made it to the playoffs since 2006. Before all this happened, so 2006, it was 16 years before they got brought to the playoffs. Yeah, I just started tasting the playoffs, and you have one bad year and you just fire him. You just made it.
Well, you know who I think that. I think he's a victim of his star player. I think he was a victim with LeBron. I think LeBron doesn't like his coach or doesn't think the coach listening to what he has to say enough. He gets his coach fired. He got LeBron fired in Cleveland.
True.
And then now, I feel like that maybe De'Aaron Fox had something to do. Like, hey, I'm getting fed up here. I'm getting in my late 20s, and we still really haven't made a push to even get out of the first round.
True.
Or if we do, we lose immediately. And it's like,
he didn't sign his. They say he didn't sign his contract extension, and he told him like, okay, I'm gonna wait to see what you guys do to see if which direction you guys are going in.
I'm pretty sure his idea of them building a team around him did not include DeMar DeRozan.
Facts. I mean, they needed a 3-point shooter, somebody that can really shoot the three by the high.
They should have been in the market for Clay.
They should have got Clay, but for some reason they got DeRozan. I mean, he probably didn't want to go. I think DeRozan just wanted to screw over the Lakers, and that's why he didn't go to the Lakers.
You should have been happy that DeMar didn't go to the Lakers.
It would have been
some
better.
Lakers fans wanted DeMar, and I said that DeMar would have killed the Lakers offense because LeBron's not the greatest 3-point shooter. So then you have two starters on the floor that can't space it. The floor, you're going to be able to pack that paint pretty good.
True.
And then you're gonna have bad guys shooting perimeter shots.
Yeah, you definitely have a lot of bad guys shooting perimeter shots.
That's what's wrong with the NBA right now.
But then with the Kings, it's not all Mike Brown's fault. I mean, a lot of people aren't showing up. I mean, like my coach just said, DeMar DeRozan ain't panning out. I mean, also looking at the team. I mean,
they won tonight. They played Dallas, but Dallas, Luka, Kyrie, Lively, Najee, Dante's still out. Like they had a whole fleet of guys out, and they still barely lost. Like they basically played Dallas's BC team and almost lost. Like Dallas was up at halftime. I think they had a really bad third quarter and then a mediocre fourth quarter.
I don't think Kyrie ever played.
No, that's what I'm saying. Kyrie or Luka, they didn't play or Clay didn't even play either.
Mm-mm.
They didn't play with any of their all-stars.
Dinwiddie dropped 30.
Yeah, he needs to get a rhythm.
But yeah, I mean, so with the Kings, I mean, they're not doing good. Like Keegan Murray, he only dropped 4 points.
They thought he was going to be Clay 2.0, and man, has he fallen off.
He's only averaging 11.9 points a game. I mean, that's barely cutting it. He only had 4 points this game.
And they brought in the Kevin Huerter, who we used to play on Atlanta, who was a sharpshooter, to kind of help space the floor as well, and he's been just as bad.
Yeah, Kevin Huerter this game, he only dropped 3 points. He dropped 3 points versus them. I mean, DeMar DeRozan had 14. You can't have that. I mean, he's dropping 14. Sabonis is doing 17, and Fox is dropping 33. I mean, there are rumors out there that he does want to get traded. He may go to. People were saying the Heat or maybe the Spurs, or the Lakers. I mean, those are the three teams that
the Lakers should get him. The Spurs would be interesting, but I think. Does De'Aaron really want to go to a rebuilding team? Like, I understand you're playing with, like, a once-in-a-lifetime player like Wemby, but it's like, are you thinking that you're going to be healthy from 27 to, like, 32 to really wait on this guy to get good? Like, where he can, like, actually carry a team to wins and not in a play-in type situation?
I mean, true. But then on top of that, does Victor Wembanyama really look okay? So does Victor Wembanyama look good because he's really that guy, or does Victor Wembanyama look that good because there's Chris Paul on the team and Chris Paul keeps throwing him the ball?
Well, I mean, he looked good last year without Chris Paul. I think it might be one.
But now it's crazy. Now he's like 50-point game. Every time we turn around, it's 40-point game, 50-point game, 50-point game.
Well, I just think it's a lot of what kind of was going on with Devin Booker, to be honest. So Devin Booker was putting up crazy numbers. I think he had that one game where he dropped like 60 or 70. I don't know. He dropped 60 or 70 points, but they still lost the game. And that's kind of what you're seeing with Wemby. If you're putting 30, 40, 50-point games up, but you still have a losing record, you're below 500, like, it's not going to get it done. And even in the West, even if you're above 500, if you're not like decently above 500, even if you're barely above 500, that's not good enough to get it done in the West. In the East, you could be a 500 team and make the playoffs, but that doesn't fly in the West.
That definitely doesn't fly in the West. But I mean,
usually got to get 50 wins, at least 50 out of the 82 games.
And then right now the Kings' record is 14-19. I mean, the next game
record, yeah.
Next game they finna play is against the Sixers, and then they playing the Grizzlies. The Sixers, they may play. I don't know. Joel Embiid is finna play.
Paul George is trash.
Paul George is trash. He's on the decline. With the Grizzlies, I gotta check if John Morant's playing or is he still injured. That'll be a good game. I mean, the Warriors. I mean, I can see them beating the Warriors because I mean they finna be
The
making a trade
Warriors are
soon.
up and down. They like win 3 games in a row, then lose 3
As
games
soon
in
as
a
Steph
row.
Curry, get out, he lose a game. I mean, the Heat. I really want to see. I mean, Darian Fox on the Heat with Bam Adebayo. That'd be a good show. That'd be a lot of alleys. They may try to bring back Lob City.
No,
You don't think so?
no.
And then after that, they can play the cheating Celtics, 23-9 Celtics.
I heard they're gonna trade Peyton Pritchard for De'Aaron Fox.
That's never gonna happen. They did say that they were supposed to get Jason Tatum instead of
Oh, someone messed up the picks thing, and they no one corrected them, so they just got to keep the miss pick.
Yep, they got to keep
It's supposed to
the
be a
miss
pick swap, but they didn't swap it when they were supposed to.
Horrible luck for the Sacramento Kings. I mean, they haven't been good for a long time. I remember Chris Webber, Mike Bibby. They was decent. I remember they played against the Lakers. They gave him a nice run. Peja Stojakovic, he was nice.
Vlade Divac.
Was he nice?
He's like a Sabonis type player. He
Yeah,
played
yeah,
center. He was on the Lakers too
Yeah,
when he was young.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. The Kings really wasn't. I mean, they really.
I mean, Mike Bibby was good. They also had Bobby Jackson, who was like a Jason Terry, who was really good.
Chris Webber was alright. He was basically like
They had
Kevin Love without the threes.
They had a young Gerald Wallace. Gerald Wallace was nice, especially when he was on the Bobcats.
True.
Team that doesn't even exist anymore.
True, but I mean that's